No! No!
Minecraft has been out for over a decade. There have been billions of worlds and an uncountable number of player deaths. But there's a weird question that no one really knows the answer to. Which mob has killed the most players? Today, I try and figure it out. At first, I thought the answer was obvious. Zombies. They literally spawn everywhere. Caves, nights, forests, villagers, spawners, you name it, they are everywhere. And unlike other mobs, zombies can actually call reinforcements and summon other zombies. If one hits you, another has a chance to spawn nearby and join in the fight. In my head, it made perfect sense. More zombies in more places should mean more deaths, right? But then I thought, maybe skeletons? Because unlike zombies, skeletons don't care about walls or distance. They have some crazy aim, and they deal a lot of damage. A skeleton can ruin your entire run with one good shot. And in my experience, I find skeletons being a lot more of a nuisance than zombies are. And then I started thinking even bigger. What about wardens? They hit harder than anything else in the game. If you enter the deep dark unprepared, the warden just absolutely destroys you. One swing is basically a one shot, and that sonic boom it has, you can't run or hide from it. You just straight up disappear. But even then, something didn't add up. Skeletons kill a lot of cave explorers, and wardens kill almost anyone unprepared, but only sometimes. Not every player fights skeletons consistently, and almost nobody fights wardens on a normal day. And then there was another mob I had to consider, the Endermen. Endermen are one of the few mobs in the game that can kill any player, beginner or veteran, depending on nothing more than a tiny slip of your camera. And honestly, Endermen might actually be the silent contenders for number one. They spawn in almost every biome, they hit like a truck, and the second you look at them, even by accident, they teleport behind you and start swinging like they've been waiting their whole life for that moment. And especially for players who get to the end, Endermen are everywhere and the chances of looking at them go way up, and they are deadly. It felt like all of these mobs were pieces of a larger puzzle, but none of them were the universal killer I was looking for. But then when I checked my own stats, none of these mobs even came close to killing me more than a couple times. The warden like 0 because I never went down there. And then I realized, Mojang doesn't even share global death numbers across all players. There's no public, these mobs killed the most players chart. So if I wanted the truth, I had to go digging through old forums, player logs, and anything at all that tracked player deaths over a long period of time. And that's when I found it. The only actual multiplayer death dataset I've ever seen. 13 players over 3 months, hardcore worlds. Every time someone died, the entire world reset, and they tracked every single cause of death. Imagine that you spend days building a base, gearing up, exploring the world, and then one guy falls into lava or gets shot off a cliff, and then bam, everything you built is gone. So yeah, every death mattered, like a lot. And honestly, this is the closest thing we've ever had to a true scientific study of Minecraft deaths. And the mob at the top wasn't zombies or skeletons or anything I was expecting. And here's the pie chart showing which mob had caused the most deaths over all of their worlds. Creepers caused almost half of all monster-related deaths on the server. That is an insane number. Skeletons and zombies weren't even close. It was creepers by a massive margin. So if we're using actual evidence, real data, real recorded deaths, creepers are the #1 killers in Minecraft. And you see, this actually makes perfect sense because in the early days of Minecraft, mobs were created by accident, experimentation, or just pure chaos. Notch literally made the creeper because he messed up the pig model. Today though, Mojang has rules, actual guidelines for every new mob that enters the game. They want mobs to be readable, predictable, and friendly to new players. And they also, most importantly, want to avoid unfair deaths. Creepers don't have anything. They don't have predictable behavior, a clear purpose, they're not beginner friendly, and they're only avoidable some of the time. And every single time, the death is unfair. If Mojang even tried to add creepers into modern Minecraft, they would get rejected instantly. No second chances, just a polite, yeah, this thing is not going to be brutally exploding at people who don't hear it coming, so maybe let's not. But here's the twist. Creepers might take the crown, but there's one mob out there that's even more dangerous when you actually fight it. A mob with the power to end entire adventures in seconds if it catches you slipping. And I thought this time, it was for sure the Warden. After all, the Warden is extremely powerful and can catch a lot of players, especially the inexperienced ones, off guard. Or maybe it was the Ender Dragon. For example, its attack patterns, knockback, and chaos make it one of the most dangerous fights in the game, especially for new players. Or maybe it was the Wither, specifically the one on Bedrock Edition. As many people know, this thing is extremely difficult to beat. This is the Ocean Monument, a cold, silent temple sitting under hundreds of blocks of water. And somewhere inside this maze of Prismarine is a mob far deadlier than it looks. They don't wait for you to prepare, they don't announce themselves, and they don't respect your gear or skill or anything at all. When a Guardian sees you, its laser locks onto you, and underwater, you can barely outrun it. You're slower, you attack slower, you'll have mining fatigue, and you're helpless. Armor barely even helps, shields do nothing at all, and while one laser is burning through your health, 5 more Guardians are lining up their shots on you. It's like getting jumped by 6 heat-seeking snipers in slow motion, while also drowning. Even the monument itself is a death trap. It's a maze designed to confuse you. Dead-end hallways, tight corners, no clear exits. You can't sprint or dig out. You can't even breathe unless you're prepared. Not even to mention the mining fatigue. You're not going to be able to escape even if you get trapped. You'll drown or be stuck down there until a laser gets you, or you give up. And this is what makes Guardians so different from any other mob. Wardens destroy you, but you choose to go to the Deep Dark and summon them. The Wither can kill you, but you chose to build it. The Dragon is deadly, but it's a one-time endgame event. But Guardians, they take you the moment you step inside their home. A random monument, a casual dive, one wrong turn, and your world is gone. And worst of all, Guardians don't even look scary. They're small, they're quiet, they're literally just fish with spikes. Well, what about if you consider the player a Minecraft mob? Like in PvP, like Bed Wars or Sky Wars? In that case, the player would be by far the deadliest mob in the game. I don't know about you, but I've definitely done my fair share of PvP, and I've killed many mobs. And if your KD ratio with your mobs is below 1, then I'd suggest picking a different game to play. So yeah, Minecraft's a funny game. It looks peaceful, it looks simple and relaxing, but the farther you explore, the more you realize that this world has teeth. So in the end, it comes down to this. Creepers kill the most players, Guardians kill the most prepared ones. There are different threats and different dangers, but both are deadly in their own unique way. And before you go, open your own stats and check which mob has killed you the most. It might be zombies, it might be skeletons, or maybe it might be Guardians. Whatever it is, please let me know down in the comments. And remember, in your world, something is always waiting.